SoFi has continued to rip up after getting out of this longer term descending range. Buyers have picked up that steam, finding a very overextended movement as we find a little bit of a struggle getting over that $22 level. Now, will buyers retest at 22, getting us over there, or are sellers finding that rejection spot where they could start their correction, pushing price down? Now, starting this analysis on the weekly time frame, guys, we see that very major cup and handle like structure that we've been covering in these SoFi videos. You see price IPO, we get all the way to that 28.26. We find a resistance marker at 25, double topping 1, 2, and we reject hard, getting in this consolidation type of range. Price not doing all that much for over 2 years. And that's where you see that long-term cup and handle really get formed. As we find our handle, we descend all the way to 852. And from that 852, price really just is a rocket ship up to that 21.39, the price that we are trending at currently. Now, since we're so overextended, guys, a lot of people are questioning, do we reject here? Do we find a little bit of a retracement, even if it's a half retracement? Because we are very overextended here. More recent weekly candle just shows how much buyers are in control. We see very small selling pressure, as 22 is a pretty important zone to get over. Past 22, there's not a lot holding us back from that 25 range. You see, every time we've tested that 22 and gotten over it, we've tested that 25 long time ago, guys, but that is the price data and history that we have to go off of. And given how nice price is looking, guys, how much we've ripped up, I think it's pretty unlikely that we don't see, a test of 22. Our high here is 21.86. That's where we find a little bit of a hold up, guys. Sellers try to step in here, but you see that there was a little selling pressure, and now there's a lot more buying pressure on this weekly candle being formed. We have 2 more days to trade. Market has closed. It is Wednesday, so we have 2 more days for this weekly candle to develop. But what I'm seeing here, guys, is a stronger resistance zone. Prices being a little bit indecisive, but now we see that buying pressure, and given how long we've been trending upwards, it's very likely we tap that 22, trying to get over it, which would be very much clear to that 25 after getting over that. And we see past that long-term cup and handle, this descending channel, descending type of range that we got into, stemming around that 1845, bring us to that 852. Get pretty tight before breaking out, but once we break out and solidify our breakout, then we are off to the moon, all the way to around the level we're trending at right now. So very nice price action. No need to overanalyze the weekly time chart. I think we look very good for a retest of that 22 and possibly getting over that and trending to that 25. Now, on the daily time frame, guys, we see a better perspective of what is really going on in that descending channel, right? We see a lot of volatile chop. We see some hard resistance at that 1480 as well as that 1390. Those are the main zones that were holding us back to getting out of that range for some time. We see a big buy up, we see a little bit of a sell off. We consolidate trying to break over that 1480, but we cannot get that, guys. So we come down, we create a lower high in that formation, tapping off that 1390, and that's what really brings us down to the bottom of this range. Given that this whole channel we were very volatile, we finally start to see some tighter price action. So price was going crazy, guys, just extremely volatile, these big buy ups, these big sell offs. But then we find that tighter price action, riding that little bit of ascending support, and we kind of sneak out of there. But we do find that resistance at that stubborn 1480, but we do remain tight. Instead of seeing a drastic sell-off like we were so used to seeing, we remain tight, and we kind of just squeeze out of that longer-term resistance. And each of these candles being a day, guys, we were at the top of this area for a long time. So seeing this in our past videos, we explained that it's very likely that we kind of just squeeze out. But we didn't see a very drastic move up. We just kind of squeeze out. And once we're starting to solidify that movement out, find some nice support at that 1390, which was once a resistance marker, we really see price just take off in this very overextended movement. Not a lot holding us back, as over around the 20 to 22-ish last candles, they're all green besides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish candles. So we have a lot of very nice price action, guys. Buyers have really gained that control. Volume was ascending on this movement up. And since we found a little bit of a hold up, we see that decline in volume. So volume can spike here, guys. It's very likely that we see that movement through that 22. And taking a deep dive on these more recent candles, we see we got up to around that zone. We see that selling pressure. Once we hit that high of 21.86, but fall right up by that, sellers try to push us down hard after getting that rejection, but we see that buying pressure showing that buyers are still in the game here. So we see 2 red candles in a row, but then we end off on today a green candle showing that buyers are holding us above this general range. So we could see a little bit of chop within the next few days. Definitely wouldn't be out of the question. And then a retest, or buyers could really step in given all the nice price action we've seen, and just kind of see a couple more candles and that retest of 22, trying to break over that. If we did double top here, that would be looking pretty good for the sellers, as we've gotten that top around that 22 level, not quite, but that 21.86. So if you saw price try to retest and we saw another rejection, could be looking at a bit of a retracement if that's a fourth of the way or if that's around half of the movement. I mean, we don't fully know, but I think if we do see a rejection there, it wouldn't be great for the buyers. But given this very overextended and strong run up, I think we do blow past that 22, especially on the weekly, guys. Every time we've tested that zone or got close to it, we did see a break and we did see a test of that 25. So it is likely, given price history and how strong we've been. I mean, this is one of the most strong Sofi has ever been. We definitely do see a test and a break of that 22. With a prediction that we retest that 22, get over it, and trend to that 25. But if we do see a harder rejection here again and bears bring us below this kind of tighter range we're starting to get into, then we could be looking at a smaller retracement. As of right now, we stand very much bullish, and we do think we're getting that break of 22. All right, guys, now on the hourly, we see a better perspective of that run up as well as the tighter consolidation range we're getting into right now. We are ascending, guys. So yes, we are holding tight, but at the end of the day, we are in an ascending profile right here, guys. You see that gap up, movement up, price gets pushed to that 21.86. We find a little rejection here, but we do hold up within this range right here, guys. Marking that out, that is around the, see here, 20, I'd say, yeah, 2070-ish level, 2073. So we have held up there. Sellers try to push us below that range. We see that wick as buyers bias back up, staying within that tighter range, and we see a little bit of an ascending profile. So definitely looking good here, guys, and we stand bullish. The hourly is confirming the closer eye view picture that we should be testing that $22 level. Really good stuff, guys. Textbook overextended run up and continuation. This thing's just been on a monster of a run, and I don't see it stopping until we get to that $25 level. If we cleanly break through 22, do something like kind of find support around that range, break through, possibly sellers try to push us down, find support, continue to trend up to that 25. Then right here, guys, obviously a very major resistance zone. You might see a little bit of a pullback or so on, but definitely like what I'm seeing here, guys. Textbook overextended run up and continuation looking pattern. So SoFi is in a great position to continue this run up. I think we do see that leg up to 22. I think buyers break through that and start trending to that $25 level. If we can hold 22 as support, if we do see a hard rejection and we kind of double top around that zone, look for a small pullback, as sellers might start to gain a little bit of momentum before we, try to correct and continue our movement up. But right now, really liking what I'm seeing here. We stand bullish on SoFi. Let me know your price predictions in the comments below, both short term and long term. And if you guys enjoyed and want me to continue to cover SoFi, make sure to like and subscribe. As always, trade smart, and I will see you all in the next one.